like to let a minute go by so people can jump on. All right, everybody. Good morning. Saturday morning, another beautiful day on Fort Myers Beach. It's time for our Saturday morning walk around. And before we get to tell you where we are and who our tour guides are, our walk around this morning is sponsored by Dorston Claims. If you think you got enough money from your insurance company, think again and call Mark Dorston at 239-849-2949. All right, we are at the Estero Beach Club, and here are our tour guides today, Todd and Jennifer Tuggle. How are you guys?
Good.
Thank you for inviting us down.
Welcome. Glad to have you.
Now, before we get walking around and you tell us what's going on here, tell us what you do here.
I am the office manager. I do the rentals and things for the units.
And I do the maintenance.
And you guys are married.
We are married.
And how long have you been married for?
25 years.
Now, you told me a story before we started that you used to vacation down here and you would come down and stay here, and
Yes, years, for many years, probably 16 years.
and then you just happened to be able to find a job at the same place you vacationed.
Absolutely. Who gets to do that?
No, nobody gets to do that.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, very fortunate, very blessed.
Yes.
so explain what the Estero Beach Club is for anybody that doesn't know.
It's a condominium association. We have 48 units that are all individually owned. And this is an awesome place to come and vacation and visit. Some of our owners rent their condos. Some of them don't. Some of them live here most of the year, but not all of them.
Okay, and describe the day before and the night of the storm and what you guys went through, because your place is in the back on the first floor.
Yes. Well, so we've only lived here for just a little over a year, and this was our first hurricane, and we had no clue. But we tried to take our cues from the locals, and all the locals were saying, "Don't worry about it, you'll be fine," you know. So we prepared. We moved some things upstairs, and we took things in and that kind of thing, but we had no idea what was about to happen. So anyway, the night before, there were 14 of us here that were going to stay, and we all gathered out by the pool, take the pool chairs in, had a couple drinks together.
A little happy hour, kind of
Yeah.
pre-hurricane happy hour.
Little hurricane party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Played a little Rocky like a hurricane.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
REO Speedwagon riding the storm out.
Oh,
I mean,
you had a whole playlist ready.
yeah, it was very festive.
We were
Then it
so
got
naive.
serious.
And,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know everybody kind of says it. You hear about the big one year after year after year, and then then it happens. You never expect it. So.
well, here we are, go big or go home, right?
Right. So you had 14 to start with. What happened?
Yeah, kind of one by one, they all kind of decided. They had family members calling and asking them to leave and evacuate, and so one by one they kind of went home. The last couple left at about 6:30 on Wednesday morning, so that left 4 of us.
Yeah.
So it was us and another couple, some owners that own here, and they also own across the street, and then the 4 of us decided maybe we'd be better off if we stuck together, and we went across the street and stayed in their other house over there.
Now, they live right across the street from the
Yes.
beach club in this house here.
Yep.
And you were saying it's six years old, so it's totally built to code. And
Yes.
you guys, what floor did you go up to? The 3rd floor and kind
We
of watch
ended
what
up-
happened? When you
yes.
guys were watching the storm, what did you see out the window?
Water, 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 more water, water. That was
Really
what we
more
saw.
water than wind.
Yeah.
Until like after
Yeah.
probably 3:30, that's when the water was up, and then the wind. It came from every direction almost.
Give us a kind of an idea with these pods here, how high the water came up.
That high.
That high.
Okay. So,
If you look at that house,
Yeah.
that first balcony, it came to probably within 8 to 10 inches of that floor.
so it looks like about 10 feet, 10 or 12 feet, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how long were you over at the house over there?
We were there, we went over about 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, and we were there until we were able to leave on Thursday.
Okay.
So
Oh. Now, what else did you see? Did you see like you were talking about the cars in the parking lot.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you were describing before that there used to be carports here in this parking
There
lot.
were carports over here. We had several owners leave cars here for when they come. I don't know, what do we have, 6 or
They had
7?
6 cars in the lot.
In the lot. So from over there, we could watch as the water was coming up, and as the water comes up so high in the car, at some point the hazard lights will start flashing, and so we could watch them one by one. Going, oh, that one's getting flooded. The water's inside now. The water's inside. So we just watch them.
And most of them ended up out in Estero Boulevard.
Right, all the cars got lifted from the water and put out on Estero. How bad was the parking lot? What was it filled with when you guys came back?
Twisted metal pile
Yeah.
of debris,
Sand. I mean, you couldn't see any of this. It was,
dishwashers.
and you couldn't walk through it because there were power lines down. So
Okay.
you had to kind of, go around those and try to get through the debris. We couldn't get through that side. We were trying to come over to this side to get through. Because the next morning when we looked over, I mean, the building was standing, so we were thrilled,
Yeah.
But we could kind of see some of the doors looked like they were open.
Right.
We had no idea until we got over here.
How
that
bad
they
it
were
was.
empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
So when the water finally recedes and you guys are still looking out from across the street, what did you see on Estero Boulevard?
Waves of sand.
Uh-huh.
It looked like
Everything.
a blizzard had gone through and up north of sand. It was drifts of sand all over. It was just up and down all the way out.
Couldn't see the road at all.
No, not at all. You couldn't see the sidewalks. When we were walking out, you didn't know where to walk because you tried to go through the ruts. They were trying to scoop it out, to get
Make a path.
make a path. And so, but there were cars. Everything. There was just stuff everywhere.
And as we walked down that road, or walked down Estero, it was hard to tell what were side roads and what were just, because everything was just piled
No
on the
kidding.
roads.
Yeah.
Houses in the middle of the roads. It was,
How did you did you wind up just walking down, trying to get off the island, and what did you do?
We walked off the island. Jennifer had contacted a cousin of mine that lived in the Tampa area, and just when we could get a signal, just said, "Come get us."
Yeah.
I got that text out.
When you look out a window and you see Estero Boulevard is covered with sand, are you thinking this is the way it is everywhere, or did you just think it was just on the island here and you'd be able to find somebody to drive over?
The morning after, I was standing out on the second floor, and a guy that looked kind of official was walking by, had a clipboard or something, and I asked him, "How are things elsewhere?" And he said, "This appears to be pretty much ground zero."
Uh-huh. Was he a FEMA guy, or did you?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
know. But he
Okay.
said this was definitely. He said you guys got it the worst here.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to start walking around now, but tell us what's outside the fence here. You were kind of, I see you got.
This is what we
big-
had to have all this out by March 1st so we can get it picked up. We've got landscape, we've got some building materials out here. Yeah.
Okay, so this is all your final debris piles here.
Final
Correct.
debris pile. We're
Okay.
waiting for them to come pick it up.
Did you guys wind up loading the sidewalk up with a lot of debris during the time they were picking it all up with the trucks?
This has been filled up a couple of times and they
Yeah.
picked it up. I think this is probably the most it's been at one time. But
This is pile 3, I think.
yeah.
I see a Price Electric truck here. I mean, we didn't plan that plug, but we don't mind giving to one of our sponsors. And you were
They
saying,
are awesome.
Price Electric has been amazing. If there's something that we need and they can provide it for us, they have been right there on the spot.
nice,
Amazing
Yeah.
to work with. Yes.
nice.
And
If you need anybody electrical on the island,
No, that wasn't pre-planned, everybody, but we love when that happens nonetheless. So first of all, if you're just joining us, we're at the Estero Beach Club, and we're talking to Todd and Jennifer Tuggle. They are kind of running the show here, and they happen to be married. So how many units total in the two buildings?
There's 48 units plus a manager's apartment where we live.
Okay. And most of the people you think are from the Midwest, or
I would say the majority of the owners are.
and they buy a unit. How big is each unit?
There are several different floor plans, so they have different
Okay.
square footage.
we have
Everything
one
in,
bedrooms and 2 bedrooms.
yeah,
Okay.
everything in this
Mostly-
building is 2 bedroom.
All right. And it's kind of on the beach, so when we walk toward the back building, you'll be able to see how close to the beach we are.
So the morning after the storm, when we looked over, we could see it looked like this. So we were like, oh, the doors are gone. So
Yeah.
when we finally got over here and we were able to walk in, that was when the first wave of shock, I think, hit us. That It was even worse than we thought. But, so, this is a first floor unit. All of our first floor units were just gutted by the storm surge. There's nothing left, no walls. Well, there's a bathtub. That's
So this-
about it in this one.
So all the appliances and everything that was in here wound up where?
I don't know.
how do you, the walls look like they're intact, so how did the stuff get out? Through the door?
It had to go out.
Oh, I see, I got
Sliders,
you,
yeah,
sliders.
out there, slider doors out there.
And then on the other side of that is the back area.
It's kind of our common area.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
It's open to the pool and the beach, but yeah.
All right.
This was, all the first floors pretty much looked like this, all the way through in both buildings. And that was kind of the surprising thing was when we first looked out, like I said, we could tell there were no doors, but you didn't see couches or refrigerators really. And so it was, we had no idea they were all gone until we got over here. Now this building had some significant roof damage. And so we had a lot of water come in and it came down through all the floors and all the drywall got wet. So it had to come out.
Okay, so unfortunately even the high floors got damaged because the roof didn't hold.
Yes, in this building. So all of the units are down to the studs.
Now we're on the second floor, everybody.
This is the second floor. So we had to have a team come in and take out all the drywall and get it out. Some things we were able to save. You can see the countertops here, but a lot of the owners lost their cabinets because of the water damage to the cabinets.
And again, the sliders,
Yeah.
what's behind here? Another unit or
No,
this is their
that's-
unit?
That's their lanai, the storm shutters
Oh, okay.
goes down, and then
Gotcha.
a few other items put out there to save. So,
Now what's that smell? Is that just the concrete or something, or do you think it's,
it might be.
yeah. And I can't smell anything because of COVID, so this really be, now the appliances are good? The appliances are good?
We have not had a chance to power them on yet, so.
I see.
We got power after they were disconnected and moved out of the way so they could get the drywall. So the air handlers and the water heaters have all been disconnected so for the drywall removal. But they're in the units, they're just not connected. So we actually have temporary power to this building, but we don't have it turned on in the units because there's nothing to turn on since
Sure,
everything's
yeah.
disconnected.
How many total floors here in this
5
building?
floors.
5 floors, and all 5 floors
All
got
the way to
water
the top,
damage.
goes like this. Yeah.
Oh, what a bummer. Now, I'm afraid to ask this question, but how is the insurance situation?
Slow.
Yeah. They didn't come right over and write you their check for the full amount
No, we
so you could get rolling?
No, that's not the way they work. It takes a long time, it seems like, I call it the insurance dance.
Yeah.
We have people out, they have people out, and then back and forth they go, back and forth until they decide and agree on stuff, so it takes a long time.
Now, on the inside of the units, do the folks have insurance to cover their belongings and everything that got sucked out?
Right, right,
So everybody's got to go through that.
yes.
Yeah.
And we have several owners, we have different companies. Some owners have had very good experiences and they've already been paid out for their claim. Other owners can't get a phone call.
No kidding.
So, yeah, it's kind of the extremes.
So now we're walking through the building, and this
Yeah,
is,
into our common area. This is kind of a storage area. This was all gutted by the flood.
okay.
You can see there's a lot of washout. Some of it Todd has already filled with the sand that he scooped out of the.
Was there dirt here originally, and it just
Oh,
kind
yes,
of got?
this was all filled in,
And rocks. You can
rocks
see.
all over the place. We had 2 bike racks here
Oh, no kidding. Where are they?
Yeah.
in the bay.
Would
Yeah.
you like to know?
So tell us, Todd, about the sand that you saw out here when you first came out.
Well, like we said, out on Estero Boulevard, there was just waves of sand out there. It was the same thing here. It was just waves of sand. I've been able to move some of it as much as this whole body will do. So I have to kind of pace myself, but
What are you doing, with a shovel and a wheelbarrow or something out there? No kidding. Where were you putting the sand when you were picking it up? Just filling it in here? And
filling it in wherever we can.
yeah, and all that sand probably just came right from the beach, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. How bad? Well, I don't want to jump ahead, so let's.
Okay.
I'll follow your lead here.
We had sand. You couldn't even see the grass. It was just white with sand here. we lost a lot of pavers from our pool deck, and they were out there, so I've been digging those up.
I'm kind of surprised I see shuffleboard and not pickleball.
Well, pickleball is a little newer.
Yeah. So we had over here was where our pool equipment was. It was a pool building.
So there was a
concrete
building
pool
here
Yes.
covering all your pool equipment.
Yes.
And where's the building now?
Out by the road.
Already gone.
Just concrete block. Just
12 by 12 cinder block building, just completely collapsed.
Was it
over on
was
its
it
side.
was it here when you?
Most
It
of
was here. Okay.
Here. Some of it was clear up there by the unit up there.
So it's been kind of amazing the things that survived.
Yeah.
Like very fragile, breakable things that we found that were still whole, that were glass maybe, and then, it takes granite and snaps it in half. So
Right.
That's kind of crazy. But Debbie will be very upset if I don't introduce you to one of our friends that was found among the rubble. This is Hootie and his new friend, Blowfish.
Oh, that's very funny. Do you know, I saw Darius Rucker last week in Nashville. He was
Really?
at the Ryman. I saw him.
Cool.
So yeah.
Cool.
So was this
So
actually
this
yours?
Is a plastic, yeah.
Yeah.
And we set it out around the pool. It helps to keep birds and stuff away from the
Wait,
pool.
wait. That thing was here before the storm?
here.
Yes,
It
it was
had
in
a
the pool
perch.
house. It was
I can't
inside
believe
the
it
pool
didn't
house.
wind up somewhere down the road.
Yeah. But anyway, when they dug, and this was piles of concrete, and they came in with a big thing to get it out, and somehow he survived.
That's
So-
and
so
looks
we
totally
named him.
intact.
So we named him, and Debbie found him a friend and sent it
Now
to us.
Debbie
So-
is an owner here?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm sure she's watching.
All right. Debbie, good job there, Debbie. So
These are the things we just have to have a
yeah.
little bit
Oh,
of fun.
sure.
You gotta
Yeah.
laugh,
Yeah.
right?
Every once in a while, little things. So yeah, I see you got. Speaking of little things, you got some plants growing over here.
These are tomato. We call it the EBC garden. These are tomato plants that just came up volunteer over in our common area.
You were
on
you
the
were
west
not
side.
growing them before the storm.
No.
No.
Then all of a sudden they started growing in the grass.
So a tomato had to go out there and drop a seed. I guess.
Fortunately, this Midwestern boy knew what they were. And I saw that, so I dug them up and replanted.
You know what? If I saw something like that growing, I would say, "There's a weed growing out in the back," and you knew it was a tomato plant.
Oh, look, we actually have tomatoes on here today.
Look at that.
So we'll have to come pick our tomatoes.
Very nice.
Anyway, we love to see life coming out of all this
Yeah, for
garbage.
sure. Now I see. Is the filter running or something? Or something? Okay, I thought I heard. Oh, it's the water from the beach. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Look at how nice that view is, right there. Wow.
Right, this is what's left of the pool furniture. We pulled it out of the rubble, and that was okay.
What was in the pool when you guys first came back? Well, you could still
That's
see.
pretty much it.
You can still
We
see
got
bricks in there.
pavers and sand and
I pulled some furniture out of the water that I could get to, but other than that, it's pretty much the way it was.
So.
I'm not getting in there.
Yeah. What's the process here to get this all cleaned up? I'm sure it's not at the top of your agenda, but because there's so many pools on the beach that have this same issue.
right.
Yeah, we'll have to get it drained.
Yeah.
We'll have to.
We're gonna
Pressure
resurface.
water? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
resurface.
Gotcha.
Because at this point, the staining is probably so bad, acid wash,
Yeah.
we won't get it out.
So let's take a look at your view here of the beach. You guys are right on the water,
Yeah,
or on the sand, I should say.
that's why we come here.
Yeah.
That's why we live here.
You could see the damage the storm did to
Yeah.
all your pavers here,
So these
which are in the
pavers
pool.
that are- yeah, either in the pool or stacked up over there.
So you guys put the pavers right over the concrete. We're getting new pavers on our concrete because the concrete looks like crap right now with cracks in it and all that. So
I'm
little
actually
personal
impressed
thing
with
there.
The concrete, it looks pretty good.
You see this is the cracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the same kind of cracks that we're getting in our house. A little personal stuff there. I apologize, folks, for that. So, man, this is so nice being right here. So, do you guys own to the high tide water line, or how does this whole thing work? You know, can you put chairs out there, or is this the town part of the beach?
I don't know exactly how far it goes out, but there is a certain amount of feet
Yeah.
that it goes out. But unfortunately, I don't know what that
No, we don't put chairs out. I mean, that's individuals who are vacationing or owners. They want to take
Take their
things
own.
out. They have to take their own out.
Gotcha. So,
Most of the units have chairs and umbrellas in them.
yeah, let's kind of take a walk over there and see how your building held up here. We're at the Estero Beach Club. Everybody, it's kind of right across the street from Town Hall, the dangling wire Town Hall across the street there.
This building had a little more damage underneath, and we had to have some shoring done, and we're waiting for the design plans for fixing it for the permanent fix. But you can see we got some spalling underneath. It took
Now, is this exposed like this always?
it was open, but it was not open like this. There was
Okay.
some fencing
I
there.
see
You
fencing, yep.
You see that washed away.
And so these folks who own on the first floor sliding glass doors here, did they totally blow out?
Yes, all gone.
And so all their stuff inside, I'm sure, got sucked out. And,
Either sucked down or pushed
Pushed
back
all the way back.
yeah. And
And we had a couple of, you can see up there, that lanai took a hit. The storm shutters got knocked out, coming out of on the second floor here.
Deb Spencer says, oh my God, we used to own here on the third floor, unit 31. She used to own
back
here.
there, yeah. Yeah.
Let's walk to the end here. So these are all yours too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, are you responsible for anything here with the sand, or is that
No,
No.
the town did this.
okay?
It actually was over here because it had washed out so much from the beach access. There was a huge hole.
Okay, you guys got a beach access right next to
Right
you. I
next
see.
to us,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And so it had washed out. So they brought a couple piles of sand and filled that in. And then what they had left over, they pushed over here and filled us in a little
They
bit.
just did this week.
Yeah.
I see the
Just
sand
did it.
here is way different color than the sand out there. So, but
Kinda
I guess
ugly. But it was that way over there too, and eventually
they're
sand.
starting Monday. They're trucking sand in. They're doing that emergency berm starting Monday. They're bringing in sand from Immokalee. I imagine it's going to look like that to start, but then when the sun gets on it and mixes in, over time it.
yeah.
Okay, you got some serious damage here.
Yeah. So this lanai took a hit too. But otherwise, I mean, we got some issues underneath, but this building, the roof held. So. the
Oh, no
units-
kidding.
Yeah. the
Is
units
it
took
because the building's
pretty good.
newer, or it just happened to hold?
I think the roof was a little bit newer on this building, but this is just a side over here.
And the beach access is right here. Very nice. Dang, you guys got it all right here. I mean, why would you ever leave?
That's why we're still here.
I'm going to ask you a question that you don't have to answer, but what does a unit in this building go for?
It varies.
Yeah. Is there any for sale now?
There are.
What is one listed as?
It's privately listed with the owner, so if somebody's interested, they can email me, and I will get them in contact with the owner and make them work that out.
In other words, stop asking dumb questions. It's none of your damn business.
I do know there is one on the third floor that was listed for just over $1 million.
Wow.
Right before the storm, and I believe it's back on the market.
How many
So,
square feet?
I don't know. It's a two-bedroom.
Two-bedroom.
It's a good-sized unit, yeah.
Oh, sure, they'll get $1 million for it on Fort Myers Beach. The prices did not seem to go down at all after the storm, so
Right?
I don't want to walk too fast. That's $1 million view right there.
It is.
It is.
It is. So we can take it and show you the office.
All right.
We'll introduce you to Franklin too.
Another mascot.
Yes. So this was our office, and our manager's apartment is right behind it there. So
So your apartment is totally trashed too.
nothing left. Yep.
Wow.
So this was our bedroom, and we had a bathroom, closet, and that's the living area.
And all that stuff is gone. Everything you had, the beds, the couches, everything, appliances.
The bed, mattress, frame was
That
all
was still
here.
here, but everything else was gone.
It was all
Dressers,
twisted.
you know, like the vanity, the toilet,
Yeah.
everything, the cabinets, gone.
The bathtub was
Can you imagine the force of the water and the wind for all that stuff to be dislodged? And it's got to be crazy. It's just crazy.
That's our laundry room over there. We had two stackable washer dryers and one side by side.
Those were
They
pushed
were
in
all
here.
here.
Now this was walls, there were several walls in here, there was walls here, this was the women's bathroom and the men's bathroom, and all of that was just pushed right through.
And it's not like you took the walls down. They came down and everything came through.
Everything, along with our lounge chairs and chairs from the beach, were all stored in the laundry room, and then we all came
It's the first time you walk into this room and see that. It's got to be like the most bizarre feeling.
You couldn't walk in. You could just open the door because it was piled this high
Yeah.
with debris.
So this is Franklin.
You've heard of Wilson.
We've seen Castaways. We
Um,
found Franklin.
You found it like that too, or just stick those weeds in there?
We made it a little here.
Is that a soccer ball? Is that what that is?
Volleyball.
Volleyball. Gotcha.
So in this building, because the roof held, most of the units upstairs are still pretty much intact. They had, some of them have baseboards pulled out and stuff. If you want to see one of those, we
Sure.
can go out and take a look.
What building is that there?
That is the Beach Shell Inn.
The Beach Shell Inn.
Yep.
That looks pretty damaged.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything's been cleaned out, but not a lot of activity.
And this here, same thing?
That's
Different.
the seahorse.
That's a seahorse.
You know, I'm learning about buildings I've never heard of before.
Brad Foreman, don't you?
Yes.
Brad's sitting right there, right? He's doing his exercises on his.
Where?
He's
Right
a-
there
Oh,
by the flag.
Mr. Mountain Climber over there.
Yep. See?
Brad, how many you doing? He's doing some kind of sit-ups over there.
You're gonna tell your story about this guy?
Is that a soda machine?
No, it's a refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
So the people that rented 205, the unit right behind you, they were the last ones to leave. They left at 6:30 in the morning out of the storm. And so they left food in the refrigerator.
And you know, of course, we couldn't get back for days. So it's,
So we couldn't get back until I think October 9th was we were able to come back. The owner contacted
2 weeks later, yeah.
Yes, asked us, I got food in that refrigerator. Is there any way you could
get it out of my unit.
get it out of my unit so it doesn't
But it had to
leak
be the
into
same way in many units, right? Unless the refrigerators were totally gone.
Either they were gone, some of them we cleaned out. before
Okay.
The owners contacted us and said we
I
could
see.
clean them out before the storm. But this one, obviously, we didn't get to, so he asked us if we would move the refrigerator
Oh, so
out.
there's a punchline coming, isn't there?
Well, the comedy was the two of us trying to wield this
So it was
refrigerator.
fine until we hit the threshold.
Yeah, when we
And
hit,
then you're trying to move it without letting these doors open.
Because you didn't want to deal with the stink.
Oh,
Exactly.
it was bad.
so,
Besides the stink, were there any varmint in there or anything?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's good. The last thing you want is a rodent jumping out at you or something.
We'll go up one more and we can take a look at one of these units.
Hey, Brad, how many push-ups can you do in a minute? Not enough, he said. So this is, we're actually seeing what a unit should look like, right? With a door and,
Right,
yes.
wow, super nice.
right. And this one, the air conditioner did not work. I don't know why I turned that right on. But you can see here along the floor, when they came in, they detected just a little bit of moisture, so they pulled the baseboards off, drilled holes, and were able to dry it out.
Right.
And this one doesn't have the air conditioner is not working, so we got a dehumidifier running for them, and
Okay, so you're kind of helping take care of some of the units when the folks are still out of town and,
yeah. Todd comes in every couple of days and just checks the condos and makes sure that
oh,
the
boy.
air's still running.
Yeah, this is terrible right here. I'd hate to have to live in a place like this, you guys. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the life right here, huh? So third
All
floor
the
and
units have a view.
yeah.
Every one of them.
And
yep.
so how many? 6 or 5?
5 in both buildings.
And so 2 floors up, everything's kind of like this still because the
Yes.
roof held.
Yeah.
Good,
we
good.
we had a couple of windows break. Mostly the outside panes broke, but the inside held. But you know, as the storm was going by, at first the winds were coming kind of from the south end of the island to the north. And then as it kind of went by, they switched and went the opposite way. So all of the ones along that side took a pretty hard hit.
Yeah.
And so they had some windows that broke. There are a couple that cracked on the other side too, but
You know, it's still hard to imagine when you look out at the water and you see how far the water is out there.
Right?
That the water came in so much, like the surge was so strong that it was 10, 12 feet high. Like from there, how high, I mean, how high up are we? 25 feet or so? I mean, 30 feet in the air, you think? It's still,
At least,
you can't really picture that water like all the way across the road into the bay at 12, 14 feet high. It's just bizarre.
I tell on myself.
Sure.
So being from Illinois, and not understanding storm surge and that kind of stuff, you know, when they say high tide is going to be so many feet and it comes up a little farther on the beach.
Yeah.
So they're talking about 4 to 7 feet storm surge. You know, I'm thinking 4 to 7, and everybody said, oh, the water's never come up past the fence, you know, in the past. And I'm thinking, okay, 4 to 7 feet. What does that mean? It comes up the beach that far, you know, and then when the water starts rising, they're like, oh, you meant this?
Oh,
okay.
it's easy to laugh at now, right? But when you're across the street looking out the window and you see it up there 12 feet high.
Yeah. I just had no concept, so.
How long before you get your elevators fixed? This is one of the big projects on the island, all the elevators.
Yeah.
So.
We're still waiting. We don't have the settle or the undisputed numbers from our flood insurance yet, so we can't order those parts yet.
Were you guys able to put like a total financial number on the damage into this building? Is there like, it's got to be in the millions.
We don't have a total yet. We're still getting things together and getting it turned in and.
So when you guys cleaned out the refrigerator, was anything edible or was it all trash?
Oh no, it's all still in there. Still in there.
You didn't take it out?
No.
Come on.
That's why it's sitting outside and takes.
It doesn't even smell bad though.
That's because it's finished.
Not even with duct tape, with blue painter's tape.
If you want to try it out, go ahead. But I'm getting way far away.
I'll just show you. This,
Yeah, so you can see some of this
You can see this walkway of
structural part here.
the force of what the water did.
Oh yeah.
Basically picked this up and set it back there.
No shit.
Kind of how everything is just tore up over here.
You can see that with those cracks weren't there, right?
Correct.
Hello.
Yeah. So this, obviously this used to be connected.
Yes, it was connected and it was just a very short step. Now it's 15, 18 inches.
What was here covering this up?
This was open.
This was
I
open,
see.
just a rock area and a kind of a fencing right over there.
Well, you guys will be working here for quite a long time, huh? Doing different kind of work than you thought you were.
It's gonna take a minute. That's all right. We're glad to be here. We're glad to
Oh, yeah.
do it.
And you're able to stay somewhere close by.
Yes,
Right?
right
Across
to
the
your
street.
right. Yeah, we're right across the street.
Is
next
that
to Brad.
now where he was? Is that a house, or is that?
He rents, used to rent the bottom. The bottom's been washed away.
Okay.
And he also rents one bedroom. He and Sandy live in the 2-bedroom, number 2.
So that's and there's 2 units in that, or there used to be 4 and now there's just 2.
Three.
3.
There were 2 on top, and 1 on the bottom.
Is he getting the bottom one redone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Structure's good then, I take it.
Yes.
Below the 50% rule. And this building here is, what building is this?
this is another neighbor of ours.
Oh, it's a house.
And most of it is one house. The back part of the second floor is a little apartment that she rents out.
It's a nice house. Looks like it did okay. So it's
And
kind
all
of
the-
recent.
Yeah, all the siding that's gone was not gone from the storm. They're putting in new windows, so.
Okay. Do they have to put in turtle-friendly windows?
I'm sure they do.
Do you guys have to put in like those darker turtle windows in the back there?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Should we walk along the sidewalk here and wrap up? We're at the Estero Beach Club across from Bay Oaks, across from Town Hall, the temporary Town Hall. Here come the workers.
All right.
Do you know who the general contractor is here for your work?
Clyde Johnson.
Clyde Johnson. Okay.
Yeah.
Todd and Jennifer Tuggle have been our tour guides We met at Wahoo Willie's a couple of weekends ago or so. Yeah, and just got to chatting about what you were doing, and I thought it was a fascinating place to come and see. And thank you guys. I mean, I wish there wasn't as much damage, but I appreciate your time.
We hope you'll come back when it's fixed.
What we like to do is like maybe do every 3 or 4 months to get an update, so people can see the progress of the different places we've been before. So,
That'd be perfect.
and thank you for wearing the shirt. We appreciate the Yellow Army shirts out there whenever we see them. So Todd and Jennifer, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And our walk around video today, folks, Dorston Claims. If you think you got enough money from your insurance company, you're probably wrong. Call Mark Dorston at 239-849-2949. We'll see you at Wahoo Willie's at 11 o'clock, and then the big concert tonight at 5. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.